Well, if you are like me, you've been glued to your telephone all weekend, updating every 5 nanoseconds. Is the demon gone? Has he been banished back to hell? I know some of you are going to say that this is unhealthy. What are you doing, Rathbone? You're glued to your phone. You know, whether or not Netanyahu is dead or alive doesn't ultimately matter because we're talking about Zionism, we're talking about Zionists. They're all like Netanyahu, and I would agree with you there. And you might say that really what's important is the strategic defeat of Israel, which is forthcoming. So, like, what are you doing? You know, why take any glee in this story, this rumor? Like, what it's really unhealthy. And to that, I'd say, you, okay? I need this. I've been watching an absolute horror show for the last 3 years, and can't we just celebrate, like, you know, a little victory here and there, even if it's symbolic and notional and not strategic? But we know the strategic defeat is coming. But anyway, so I wake up today and we see this video is flooded social media, and apparently Benjamin Netanyahu released this earlier today. It says 9 hours ago, seemingly putting to bed all of the rumors that were going around about his death. He says, this is the official post. I'm trying to be really critically discerning here because I know that there's a lot of fake shit. Obviously, people are wishful thinking and want it to be AI, and they're grasping at straws, in my opinion. But let's just take a look at this. It's translated from Hebrew. It says, "They say I'm what?" And it says, "Watch." So this is the. Now, I don't speak forked tongue, so I don't know what they're saying, but.
איך הם מתנהגים? פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות?
אתה יכול להראות לנו?
פה. פה. ראית?
יפה מאוד.
לחיים.
יש לנו מסר לאנשים שיוצאים ומתאווררים?
לצאת להתאוורר, אבל ליד מרחב מוגן.
People are saying, oh, he took a sip, but still the same amount of coffee. It's still full. I just don't see that. I mean, he could have fake sipped just for the cameras.
והעמידה שלכם היא מדהימה, נותנת כוח לי, לממשלה, לצה"ל, למוסד. אנחנו עושים דברים שאני לא יכול לשתף לרגע זה, אבל עושים דברים מכים באיראן חזק מאוד גם ביום הזה, גם בלבנון, ממשיכים. אתם אומרים לי להמשיך?
Now, I don't know what he's saying. I mean, he could be telling us the headline for today's New York Times. I mean, I really just don't know. But maybe we could get a full translation. I haven't seemed to be able to find one. If anybody out there speaks demon hiss, just offer up some translation for us. That'd be great.
אני אומר לכולכם, גם אתם תמשיכו. תמשיכו להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף.
Yeah, people are saying that the date on, I don't know if it was the menu or something on the counter here. It said 2024. And indeed, this is what's really compelling to me is that there is an older video of Netanyahu visiting this exact cafe in 2024, which is somewhere in Jerusalem or somewhere near Jerusalem. It's not in Tel Aviv, which is also kind of conspicuous if he did go revisit it, you know, and so people are positing that perhaps they trained a new AI video based on footage of Netanyahu in 2024 going to this same Safat is what it's called, Safat Cafe in Jerusalem. And that's entirely plausible. And then you couple that with the idea, well, you know, they're embedded with Palantir. You know, they just struck this deal with Palantir. You know, we're talking about Israel here. They're at the forefront of all the best AI technology, certainly a critical node in the Silicon Valley high-tech economy. So it would be entirely possible for Palantir to have some AI model that is, you know, more advanced than anything that's out on the market, which, because this seems pretty compelling. I mean, people are even looking at the shape of his head here. I'll blow this up. I'm sorry I was hogging so much of the screen there, but people are pausing everything. I mean, Twitter's going crazy with dissecting every little thing. Jackson Hinkle, for example, is saying that when he puts his hand in his pocket, it's like a magic pocket. But explain to me this, because I really don't understand how that is. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is real or this is AI. I really don't know. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say that it could go either way. Either way, I do think that it is a very desperate attempt by the Israeli government to try to promote this idea that, you know, we're still in command. Everything's normal here. Look, I'm at a cafe. It reeks of desperation. Okay, I don't have a final conclusion on this. I'll just be honest. I'm willing to go through it with you guys and learn in real time and try to parse it out. But I'm happy to hear all of your theories. Let's play the last 15 seconds of this.
כל הזמן, נשמע להוראות פיקוד העורף וגם לראשי הערים להיות תמיד ליד מרחב.
So I think that some people have, Richard Medhurst, for example, downloaded this video in 4K. He says, and he was able to read what this little thing says on the monitor on the counter. And because people are saying, well, the date says 2024, but Richard Medhurst says no, that's not true. It says March 15th, 2026. Make it out. It's hard to really know. You see a barrage of hosts, and they're all saying, oh, look, it's AI. Oh, this, that, and then they say, oh, it's got six fingers. He's got six fingers. I never really saw where he had precisely six fingers. I mean, I'm not sold on it being an AI video, I'll tell you that, but I'm not sold on it not being. All right, so then you have my thoughts. All right, so right there, you see where he goes in with the pocket? I don't know about that. I mean, like, what's so magical about that? Can somebody explain to me yeah, he might have lost weight due to the stress. Either way, he doesn't look good. He might be in a coma. I mean, Ariel Sharon was in a coma for like 8 years before they acknowledged his death. Like, he actually really died in 2006, but they kept him alive until like 2014. So it's entirely possible that Netanyahu is critically injured. He's on life support, and they're trying to, use this advanced technology to make it seem as though he's still alive and he's still in control. Why don't you calm down a little bit, or maybe go punch some drywall. All right, so there you have it. So the factors here, we've got the sip of the coffee. I'm guessing bolt means 5. I don't know. Bolt 5. 5. Now he takes a sip of the drink. People say that nothing happened to the coffee. What happened to the coffee? The coffee still the same. He took a sip, nothing changed. All right. Well, you know what it really should be, like, if they really wanted to put this, I mean, all they're doing is making this seem more suspicious. Okay, I will completely agree with that, no doubt. And if they really wanted to put to bed all of these rumors, he would have appeared at the defense security meeting the other day, like yesterday, when Israel Katz was heading that meeting, where Netanyahu is always there. He's always the one at the center of the table. That would have been, much more reassuring that he's still alive. Or perhaps, if he's, I don't know. I mean, people are saying maybe if he was meeting with other world leaders or something, but I find that kind of hard to believe in a time of war that would happen. And the fact that we don't see him meeting with world leaders means he's dead. No, I don't think so. But I do think that there would have been a better way to confirm. All right, so the things that I gather is the coffee sip, the monitor on the counter that supposedly says 2024, and then the magic pocket is what they're alleging to be a magic pocket right here at the end. I don't see nothing magical about that, folks. I'm sorry if I disappoint you in that, but I don't see anything about that that's magical. See, look, damn, this is impossible. See, a lot of people are saying this. Let's take a look. This is Furkan Gotsukara. That's a person I follow on Twitter. He says, damn, this is impossible. Physically, prove me wrong, physicists. Look at this. Like a close-up. Pockets can rebound. This is so stupid. Yeah, it seems normal. Thank you. Okay. Voices of reason. What are we doing, folks? Exactly. What we're doing right now is showing you all of the conspiracy posters. So this is another conspiracy from Ethan Levins. I don't know. I just repost this just because I think it's funny and we can take a look at it just to see what people are saying. But he says, the girl serving Netanyahu has the longest fingers I've ever seen. It's crazy. He's gone. Now, the fact that you circle her fingers, the barista's fingers, say, oh, her fingers are too long, that means Netanyahu's dead. I mean, try having that hold up in a court of law. I don't think so, folks. Habeas corpus. And then other people are saying, well, why are they wearing masks? You see how his security guards they're wearing like COVID era masks, and that would fit in nicely with the theory that this is actually AI trained footage from an event that took place in 2024, which is I don't even know. Were people still wearing masks in 2024? It could be that they're just wearing masks and they don't want to be they want to be anonymous. They don't want to be known. Here is a side by side. So here's a good point. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon was technically dead in January 2006 after a massive stroke. He was then kept on life support in a vegetative state for 8 years. These are not normal people we're dealing with. Imagine what they are prepared to do with Netanyahu. The stakes have never been higher. Getting younger by the update. And then look, full tips in the tip jar? Full tip jars in Israel? This is clearly AI. Boom, roasted. So Iran just keeps trolling like Trump and the Epstein regime, as it were. And I'm here for it. Iran released a statement that said, didn't Trump say he destroyed the Iranian Navy? He should prove it. If he truly has the courage, let his ships enter the Persian Gulf. It's a great idea. So Al-Sinwar is alive, and he was also at SATAF. This is a picture of Tehran for the uninitiated, for you uneducated, untraveled, never served war hawks licking your chops of NUKING-ing it. It's not some low population desert. These are their families, children, family pets, regular working class people with dreams. You're sick if you want to NUK Iran. It's a beautiful city. I like that the mountains are in the backdrop. Bassem Youssef is I've noticed a pretty good troller as well on Twitter. He says, "Dear Jays, don't forget to make a wax statue of Benjamin Netanyahu just like Ariel Sharon. This time double the ticket price and the number of years of a coma." Is that real? Did they really make a wax figure of Ariel Sharon in the hospital that you could go look at? Ryan Dawson brings up a good point. He says, why would you announce that you are sending in the Marines, how many there are, and where they're going? He thinks that this is a complete PR stunt. This is truly incredible to me. Trump released a Truth Social tweet saying that how much he's winning, how much the U.S. is just destroying Iran and their military capabilities. But also, he's calling on all of the countries that do business with Iran and need this access to the Strait of Hormuz to aid the United States and creating a safe passage. I mean, it's just absolute insanity. So he's won the war, but also he needs help. He's clearly lost, and now he's outsourcing the liabilities to all of the rest of the world. So that's cool. So Trump asked China for help opening the Strait of Hormuz, but instead they surrounded Taiwan. Excellent leader you got there, maggots. Anyway, that's kind of big if true. And I just can't help but think that China is just laughing at us, and Russia's laughing at us. Apparently they're making $150 million a day because of the oil price surge. So it's a boon, and they're just sitting back counting their cash, watching the U.S. empire destroy and eat itself. So here is a Strait of the Hormuz update. According to Adam, Iran has struck 18 vessels that ignored warnings at the Strait of Hormuz, 12 oil tankers, 3 container ships, and 3 bulk carriers. This guy says, I've cracked it. During the Corona period, Netanyahu went to Sataf Cafe, where he's seen drinking coffee in today's footage. In the old footage, you can see his bodyguards wearing masks due to Corona. The new footage was probably created with artificial intelligence based on the old ones. So there you go. Don't forget to tap the like and subscribe button. Appreciate all your support. So, I mean, that seems plausible. I would love to get my hands on the actual footage from 2024 and compare and contrast. Can anybody find that for me? But I have yet to see it. People are alleging on Twitter, well, this is actually old footage that was used to train a new AI model. Thank you, James. Appreciate your support. They should charge a shekel to see the wax Netanyahu in the hospital bed and 2 shekels to slap him. Could I wager 5 shekels and then I could just do whatever I want to him for like 20 minutes alone in a room without closed circuit cameras? Israel is heading for a strategic defeat. We are witnessing the collapse of the Israeli state in real time, and it is happening very precipitously, very fast. Dr. Aragchi, the Iranian foreign minister who's quickly becoming a fan favorite across the entire globe, says, I've been told that family of a U.S. soldier killed in the war of choice on Iran is relying on public donations. As fair and equitable deal was within reach, those providing poor advice to POTUS are responsible for the bloodshed. This war is imposed on both Americans and Iranians. So there you go. The Iranian foreign minister explaining the class war to the Americans in plain English. Jared Kushner solicits funds for his firm while working as Mideast envoy. President Trump's son-in-law is trying to raise $5 billion or more from foreign governments and others for his private equity firm. Remember that whole show of the Board of Peace and the Great Gaza Riviera Plan, Mara Gaza, as they were calling it so callously? That's not happening. None of that happening now. That's all out the door. I can't believe that this is a real story, but can you just wrap your mind around the fact that Larry Silverstein just bought the U.S. Bank Tower in Los Angeles? And I also woke up receiving all kinds of updates about what the Iranian government has recently claimed, and this is what Dr. Morandi is parroting here. He says, I've been told that recently, in a joint meeting between some extremist figures in the United States and the Israeli regime intelligence services, a plan was discussed to target a landmark tower in either an American city or in the UAE and then blame it on Iran. The goal would be to create international consensus for their subsequent actions and crimes. So Johnny Grass is just kind of sort of connecting the dots and saying, yeah, and we heard about how Los Angeles might be attacked, and lo and behold, Larry Sheckelstein just bought the U.S. Bank Tower in Los Angeles. And for those of you that don't know, Larry Silverstein also took out a huge insurance policy on the Twin Towers just like weeks or days before 9/11. So people are saying that's suspicious. I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, everybody is going to understand. I just don't see how you're going to get away with a false flag operation in 2026, especially given everything that we've been privy to. I mean, it's not 1993 anymore. It's not 1953. It's not 1973. It's not 2003. The world's moved on.